Hello and welcome to the first Blue Flag UK official podcast. Just going to see how this goes, see what happens. If you like it, if you don't, let us know. You can always tweet me at CFC Blue Flag UK or find me on the Facebook group page, which is Facebook/groups/Chelsea FC Blue Flag UK, or obviously visit our official website, which is www.blueflaguk.co.uk. Well, anyway, to start off, we made a good start to the Premiership season against Wigan on Sunday. Thought the floodgates were going to open after we went 2-0 up in 7 minutes. Barely had time to finish sipping my pint, and we'd already scored. Brilliant neat turn by Eden Hazard to play in Ivanovic. Then obviously Hazard skipped past Ramis to win a penalty, got taken down, and Lampard slotted home. We then, for some reason, decided to take our foot off the gas, let Wigan back into the game, and they had several chances to get an equaliser. Starting from Wigan, Victor Moses, player who we've been strongly in with all summer, I think has got real potential. And at first I was like, why are we trying to put a bid in for Victor Moses? But thinking about it, I think he was their best player on Sunday, and he roasted Ashley Cole on several occasions. And I think, obviously some people are saying on the Facebook page he's not good enough for Chelsea, too much money wasted, it should go towards Hulk or Cavani, another deal, towards another player. But I generally think the player has got potential. 9 million, he's only 21. Considering, if you think about it, last summer we spent 18 million on Lukaku, who, I don't think is good enough. He's got a touch, like a rapist. We've sent him out on loan to West Brom. I wish him all the best of luck. He thought that he was going to get in front of Torres, Drogba last season, which was never going to happen. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Lukaku and his loan spell at West Brom. Hope he does well, and hope he scores a couple of goals. We'll see what happens. Back to Victor Moses. 9 million, I think, is a bargain. Whether we put another bid in or not is a completely different story. I hope we do. I really like him. He's obviously not going to be a starter. 20 minutes to go, bring him on, let his pace run, defence is wild, and see what happens. Obviously, playing with better players, he's going to get better. Another deal that we're led to believe is 48 hours away from completion is Azpilicueta, the Marseille right back. He played for Spain in the Olympics, looked quite promising. I'm quite excited about this deal, obviously, one, because it's another youngster that we're trying to sign, and two, the player looks like he's got real potential. I think he's only 22, 23. He's not going to be straight away first team. He's obviously to offer competition to Ivanovic, as obviously Ivanovic wants to play centre back and not right back. But if the deal gets completed, I think it's a complete bargain. Obviously, people were talking about us signing Maicon from Inter Milan for 6 million. I can see the how sensible the deal is for Maicon. 6 million for a Brazilian international. We're going to play about 60 games this season with the Club World Championships and all the other competitions. So he ain't going to play every game, but I could see that deal, obviously on a 2-year contract or whatever. But I'd rather have signed Azpilicueta because I think it's, a much more worthy deal for the club. Now, Carl Jackson last night released his latest blog on the Blue Flag UK website. His blog, Will and All Stand. He spoke about our striker intentions and how we're looking at 4 players who could be another option for us up front. Obviously, the most unlikely one out of them is Falcao, as I think he's got no intentions of leaving Atletico Madrid, having signed, I think it was last season he signed. He's got a ridiculous release fee clause of around about 100 million. Atletico Madrid don't want to sell him. He's a player with so much potential. We knew that at Porto. I think last season he scored 36 goals in nearly 51, 52 games. which is incredible for any striker. Fernando Llorente is the one that is quite interesting. It's come out last week that he's refused to sign a new contract at Atletico Bilbao, and obviously with a year left on his deal, Bilbao need to sell him as soon as possible. Sky Sports News are reporting this afternoon that he's going to make his mind up tomorrow what club he wants to join. We're led to believe that it's a Manchester club and a London club, as well as Juventus. There were rumours that Tottenham wanted to buy him. Why he'd want to go to Tottenham with Villas-Boas, I'd never know. But, stranger things have happened. I'm hoping it's Chelsea he wants to come to, because I think he's a perfect replacement for Didier Drogba, having scored again 30 goals in 50 games last year. Real natural goal scorer. Hulk is the main one we're talking about. It looks probably the most probable one as well, as we've been interested in for the last year. Last summer, we were rumoured to put a bid in that got rejected of around about £38 million. Again, Chelsea fans on the website saying he's overrated, he's not worth that amount of money. I think he's got the physique like Didier Drogba. He's very versatile. He can play on the wing, he can play up front, he can play cam. He's only 26, so he's still got another 8 years left in him. You'd hope anyway. You'd say. Last year he scored 20 goals in 36 games, I think it was. He's got a release fee, another high one, around about 88 million, but Porto will probably let him go for around about 40. That's one we'll see what happens over the next 10 days of the transfer window, whether that happens or not. Edison Cavani, I think he is another player we've been strongly linked with. I really like him. He's a no-nonsense player. He hasn't got any of these fancy tricks or any of that rubbish. He's just a goal scorer. You just give him the ball and he'll put it between those two white posts, scoring 33 goals in 47 games last year. He's a name that defenders worldwide fear. They knowing that you're coming against Cavani, it makes defenders absolutely tremble. And I think he probably could be another replacement for Didier Drogba. He scored twice against Man City and then he scored against us. So he has got the body and the physique, like I mentioned, to cope in the Premier League. I believe so. Anyway, we'll see. People are saying, why are we talking about all these strikers and who we're going to sign when we got Fernando Torres and Daniel Sturridge at home? Well, if you think about it, Fernando Torres, I hope it's his year. I really do. I've backed the man since we signed him from day one. But what happens if he, gets an injury? What happens if he doesn't, score like what he's done for the last 2 years? You've got to give your man a chance. There's only so much patience you can have with him. Hopefully this is year, but we're so light up top, we need another striker. It's common sense. If Torres gets injured, for say breaks his Achilles or something like that, and we've got Sturridge to step in, then Sturridge gets suspended from a game. Who we can have up front? We have to call up Patrick Bamford from the youth team. We need another striker. We've sent Lukaku on loan, so most Chelsea fans clearly thought, well, if you send one out, surely we're going to get someone in. But we will wait and see what happens on that front. The Reading game tomorrow, I'll be making my way as usual back to Stamford Bridge. Looking forward to it, to be honest. City European champions again in their rightful home. Apparently there's some banners up around the ground that make it clear that if anybody's forgotten, we are European champions. Just to remind you, if any other supporters from any other teams are listening to this, remember, we're European champions. The Reading game, on paper, you think it's clear cut that we're going to win, but new clubs coming up to the Premier League, they always cause a bit problems for the teams already up there. Everton beat Man United last night, and I know Everton aren't a newcomer to the Premier League. They've been in the Premier League for years, but it's an example of how anything can happen. Reading got a result, a draw. I think it was a last-minute penalty against Stoke on Saturday. So it'll be exciting to see what happens. I mean, I'm expecting a 3-4-0 win, but like I said, anything can happen in football. So if you're making the way to the game tomorrow, I might see you there, I might not. I'll be in the Imperial from around about 6 o'clock. So if you want to come and have a chat with me, you know where I am. I hope this has gone well. It's the first time I've done a podcast like this. There's going to be mistakes. I will get it right eventually. You can find me on Twitter at CFC Blue Flag UK, on the official Blue Flag website, which is www.blueflaguk.co.uk, or on the Facebook page, which is Facebook/groups/Chelsea FC Blue Flag UK. Thanks for listening, and hopefully Chelsea get the 3 points tomorrow, and we'll be singing top of the league. We're having a laugh.